Hello and welcome to my twin flame journey. I am Shine, and this is going to be the June reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And be sure to check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus to get additional messages. Also, keep in mind these readings are general, so take what resonates and leave the rest. I also may be describing you or the person you're involved with. Also, as far as the genders of the people in the cards, again, if it sounds like you, it's you. If it sounds like them, it's them. If you'd like a personal reading, all the information is below. If you can't afford a personal reading but still feel that I help you and would like to contribute to the channel, donations are greatly appreciated. How to do that is also listed below. Please excuse the delay in the readings. I've been busy. I'm opening a storefront. I'm writing a book. I'm creating a tarot deck. I'm all over the place. But we get it done, right? We get it done. So again, pardon the lateness, but I've been quite busy. And I'm feeling pooped out. But we're here. So let us get into it. This is what you'll be dealing with for the month. This is the clarifier of the card. Now, some of these had two cards come out. The two ends, which I find interesting. So it evened it out nicely so my OCD doesn't kick in. And then we have the reason why it's happening. What you're thinking, feeling, doing, or wanting to do. The bottom card is the card. All the ones above it are the clarifiers. So again, we got clarifiers here, clarifiers there. If need be, I'll do with the Sibilis. Now, if we want to get into this, but probably won't need it. But they're there just in case. And then we have advice and what the higher message is involved in the situation. What is the spiritual guidance there? It's all spiritual guidance. Now, for some of you, I feel like some people are just kind of like done with the situation. Because, well, we'll see here. You see the Page of Wands, right? This is the Page of Wands. And why the Page of Wands? Because of the Queen of Wands in the reverse. And the Eight of Swords in the reverse. This is how we got to the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands speaks of, is similar to the Fool. It's a free spirit. It's about change and new beginnings. So either somebody's feeling like they're ready for change and a new beginning, you know, because this is all about, in the reverse, it's about wanting change or being open to change. So that's why I said, so maybe this feeling like annoyed with situations or unhappy in situations is inspiring change. It's a passion for life despite naive outlooks, coming and going as they please, encouraging change. This is the page. Like a catalyst that inspires change, creative restlessness, wanting expression, or on the verge of discovery or a new phase in life. And this is happening for many now. This is like the new season because we're mid-year now. So I think it's the winds of change are blowing, and they've been blowing for a while, and it's changes on the horizon for many if it hasn't started already. Creative sparks encourages you to express yourself. Follow your creative urges if you are so inclined. Positive, spontaneous, not impulsive. Messenger of unexpected news. Trusted friend. Devoted to your interests and helpful, honorable, and genuine. So perhaps we've gotten some unexpected news. So I said, and the winds of change are blowing, or we're looking for them to change. Maybe trying to find our passion again in life, because we've been feeling out of sorts here with the Queen of Wands in the reverse, which is all about perceptions being skewed, information that's been twisted into lies. This is, as far as a personality trait, the Queen of Wands in reverse, just like many of the court cards in the reverse, deal with, manipulation in some sort, selfishness, bad moods, angry, resentful, pushy, jealous. Perceptions are skewed, again, as I mentioned before. Demanding, petty, controlling, narrow-minded. It's also about losing confidence in oneself, shying away from the limelight, feeling a fall from grace, and now slightly embarrassed about what people are going to think. It's a need to restore one's faith and belief in oneself. And then the Eight of Swords in the upright, it's about feeling trapped, all in our mental anguish. But really, if we just, take off the blindfolds and see things for how they are, we can find a clear way out. It's usually just within ourselves that we keep ourselves stuck. But again, in the reverse, it's being open to new perspectives, releasing. Having come through a difficult time and are becoming more open to change and self-acceptance. Have been able to reflect on what did and did not work in the past. And have changed one's perspective or approach in a situation. It's acknowledgement of options. Refusing to play the victim and taking greater accountability for where you are in life. Again, we're all where we are because of our own actions and choices. Aside from the fated events, most of life is free will. Allowing yourself to let go of old patterns of behaviors, belief systems that have previously held you back. A need to free oneself from some limiting factors of your past. Maybe have some skeletons that need some clearing out. Now, this again is how we got there. So, you obviously went through a difficult time or are going through a difficult time, wanting there to be change, wanting to free yourself from feeling constrained and unhappy, maybe becoming pessimistic or angry or resentful or feeling like and just unhappy. And trapped in a situation. And again, or maybe, if that's not you, maybe you were dealing with somebody who was that way, demanding, petty, controlling, narrow-minded, manipulative, looking to free ourselves from that. And again, the Page of Wands, wanting there to be, new beginnings, new fresh things brought in. Wanting to focus maybe on, again, find our passions in life. Trying to get ourselves out of this, either dealing with somebody who's like this or our own stuff, that we've been dealing with, that's been causing us to feel jacked up, basically. Knowing that we're on the verge of change or a new phase, because again, like I said, I felt like some people just felt like they were kind of done with a situation or the way a situation has gone with somebody, because we have the Five of Swords And why the Five of Swords? Because the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So obviously there's an imbalance in a relationship, or someone feels something has not been fair. It's turned out to be a lose-lose situation, perhaps with the Five of Swords, one-upmanship, arguments, again, where no one wins, and that's why we're looking for change, we're hoping for change, we're looking to get out of an unhappy situation, or something that's making us unhappy. It's again the shallow victories, one-upmanship where no one wins, disagreements that lead to tension and hostility. Thinking one has won but still loses because you've hurt others and possibly lost relationships. Others may have lost faith in you. Is your point of view so important that you put your relationships in jeopardy? It's a need to compromise. Again, this is you or the other person. A need to compromise and try to see eye to eye with others. Conquests. A need to compromise, possible future struggles that we aren't aware of, ambition, but in a negative sense. Again, people doing things to serve their own interests, either being callous winner or defeated loser. Price of winning wasn't worth the reward. Betrayal, unfaithful, jealous, defeat. And then again, Six of Pentacles, lack of give and take, unbalanced relationships. It's also about debt, selfishness, one-way streets, give away more than you can afford. Need to be aware of debt, being selfless, not selfish. Again, I feel that somebody, when isn't it so? When isn't somebody wronged by someone else? But again, perhaps feeling like we gave more than we got, feeling like there was, maybe there was always arguing, possible money problems. Someone taking advantage of someone, even financially. It says there's been a lot of codependency cards come out, a lot of narcissist cards come out, a lot of, people enter into relationships just to have needs met and voids filled. So again, some people might be, if you've been in situations like that, some people might be wising up to the situation and again finding themselves unhappy, wanting change, wanting to get out of feeling trapped in a situation, because there's no reciprocity. And there's here the Ten of Wands next. Why the Ten of Wands? Because of the Seven of Swords. So I said, carrying burdens, people trying to get away with stuff. I mean, you got Seven of Swords and Five of Swords. So it's no good. And you got some deception down here too. Oh, when is it the case? If no matter what sign I read for, it's like, oy. Now again, Ten of Wands is about feeling overburdened, struggling to bring the fruits of one's labors, completion of a cycle. We're at the tens. Like I said, we're on the verge of change. Fives are also about change. So like somebody's feeling like something's got to give here. Again, or perhaps there's an opportunity again after going through something to manifest a turnaround. Trying to figure out more career things to say. But again, it seems like this stuff mostly always evolves around relationships. I try to throw in, because sometimes it is both. I mean, obviously, not everything is about woo woo. You know, we got other aspects of life to deal with. Um, but it would seem this is more the same. This is relationship stuff. Um, even with achievements comes great responsibilities and commitments. Aware we need to carry out with responsibilities to ensure ongoing success. Something that might become too much to bear, something that weighs us down. Again, feeling too many responsibilities, feeling too, maybe if we're feeling responsible for other people too, watch out for that. It's because some people aren't looking for love, they're looking for help. So you got to be careful in regards to, also there's a difference between being, enabling and supportive. And there's a fine line where that gets crossed. And if you're dealing with people who are deceptive, who are emotional manipulators, who are, I like to call the hobosexuals, the people that enter into relationships to not become homeless, strictly for, again, needs being met. Watch out for narcissists. I mean, we got 7 of Swords here, 5 of Swords. I don't know what you're dealing with, but I always tell people, know what you're dealing with. Figure it out. If you don't know anything about narcissistic personality disorder, look it up. Go into forums. See if people's situations sound like yours. Look at people's patterns of behavior. How did you feel in the relationship? How did they interact with you in the relationship? Again, this is all about going through a process here where people are, again, being brought together to bring awareness to each other. The kind of people we attract, how we are engaged in relationships. Again, because it takes two to tango. We get what we allow. Or again, if you're the person doing the deceptive behaviors, the lying, the things like that, why do we do the things we do? Where does that come from, that we think that it's okay to treat people as means to an ends, or allow people to treat us that way? So this is all about lessons. A lot of lessons wrapping up, but of course the new ones always begin, and some just continue because some people never learn and enter into more karmic situations. But there is here, the 7 of Swords, this is also about moving. So I don't know if people feel like that they're stuck with people who can't move, people that are with them for codependent reasons. Again, or feeling like a situation is just too much. We're not happy in it. Again, could be feeling like we've been taken advantage of in some ways. Could be not kind of trusting people, people's motives, people's agendas, what they're doing, and there always seems to be problems. It seems to be too much of a burden. Not feeling like we're happy, we're satisfied, we're getting equal give and take in a relationship. Um, and why are we feeling that way again is because of the 7 of Swords. Could be dealing with someone again who's manipulative, who's feel like they're trying to get away with stuff. This is also about overconfidence, mocking, deception, betrayal, difficulty trying to get away with something undetected or unnoticed. Something goes awry, and the secret is revealed to your embarrassment. It's cunning, trying to gain an advantage over someone or something. Same thing as like the 5 of Swords. Again, one-upmanship. Tempted to sneak away. away from something that you don't feel is working for you anymore, rather than dealing with it. Caution and wary, so not to become victim of someone else's deceptions. Again, use caution and be wary. I'm sorry. Because it's also about betrayal and cheating. Careful who you trust. It's also about needing to trust one's instincts. It's a desire also to go it alone, because perhaps we're feeling burdened down, weighed down by a situation that we feel like is not good. Asserting one's independence, even. Wanting to release a burden, feeling like, again, we're at the end of a cycle here, trying to figure out what to do with ourselves. And then we have the Page of Cups in the reverse, and the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. And again, so if I was just to look at this across here, it's not one to be in a union with somebody, feeling burdened, feeling betrayed, wanting a new start, or learning some information about some betrayals or shady behaviors. Again, Page of Cups in the reverse is emotional immaturity. So maybe dealing with somebody that we feel is emotionally immature. It's also about creative blocks. So again, if we're Page of Wands, it's all about our passions, new ideas, inspirations. Could be feeling burdened down by not being able to manifest things that we want the way that we want. It's also about escaping one's troubles, dipping into the vino, trying to erase reality that we're dealing with here. Emotionally insecure. Again, could be feeling insecure, uncertain, hurt, confused, betrayed, burdened, everything. It's also, it could be somebody you're dealing with, somebody that takes more than they gives. I mean, because you got a page over here and a page over here. So, this is, you could be dealing with somebody who's got some emotional immaturity. It's also somebody who could be emotionally abusive. Again, takes more than they give. Unbalanced relationships here. Unfocused emotions. It's also about lacking self-love. Well, obviously, if we this is a big lesson for many people. Self-love, self-respect, and boundaries, right? So when we're lacking self-love, we allow people to treat us like doormats, take advantage of us. We put up with stuff for too long, too much for too long, and which a person who was more assertive and who didn't have that lesson to learn, they would have kicked somebody to the curb probably a long time ago, right? But again, it's all about lessons. This is part of the karma that needs to be worked through. So again, needing to get that in check if we are feeling a lack of self-love in any way. Again, suspicious, self-doubting. I'm suspicious of people, especially all the swords energy here. Selfish, easily depressed, maybe dealing with somebody who's like that. Childlike tantrums. Feeling a loss of emotional control during adversity. Going through a hard time. Again, maybe you're the Queen of Wands. It's just mad all the time because of, again, what you're dealing with, or feeling stuck in something. Somebody who could be overly dependent. Again, codependence. Acting without thinking. Maybe we're feeling like we did. Promises not kept. Meaningless commitments. Again, and why are we feeling this way? Because the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Financial setbacks. Again, if we're dealing with anything in regards to career or dealing with people that we've been kind of paying their way. It could be causing some financial setbacks, and you feel like, again, people aren't. You maybe starting to get suspicious. This is in regards to why someone is with you. A need to learn from one's mistakes and build a more solid, secure foundation. Overinvestments, long hours at the detriment of your personal life. Again, if this is work related, you'll be slaving yourself. Need to return to a natural setting. Maybe you need to get out and try to clear your mind, get some inspiration on what to do in regards to this situation. Yeah. A need to evaluate to create balance in your life. May need to reduce your dependence on maintaining a certain lifestyle, or if there's a resistance or disbelief in the self and what you can achieve. Again, low self-esteem, not feeling like you can. But this is also about, I think, too, not wanting to be single, but not happy in a current situation either. Codependency works both ways. The Hierophant in the reverse. Again, feeling restricted in a situation. We have the Justice card here. And we have the Hierophant, so you could be married to this person too. And feeling restricted and constrained by structure and rules, resulting in a loss of control in your life. It could also, this talks about, institutions, marriage institutions. Feeling like a loss of control, feeling constrained. No longer accepting rigid structures. It's also tempted to do something unorthodox because we're looking for change, doing something out of the ordinary. Now, doing something out of character. No longer accepting rigid structures. You're just not wanting to feel friggin' trapped anymore. And why are we feeling this way? Well, we have the Six of Swords here, which is all about moving on, moving forward, trying to leave the pains of the past behind and move towards calmer waters, as they say. And the Two of Cups, obviously you're dealing with a soulmate situation, possibly. Or again, this could also be friendships. Relationship. Could also even be working relationships. Difficulties in work, trying to figure out, people trying to get away with stuff, people one-upping people, causing financial setbacks for you in some way, feeling stuck, wanting change. And so it could have to do with that as well. But again, I feel this is more on the love end. It usually is. So again, it's just that I feel like some people are wanting to move on. I just feel like they're done with the situation that's just become too, unhappy. All these readings are so heavy. I got the Hierophant. They said, I'm sorry, Two of Cups, soulmate card, wedding ceremony, commitment, union of opposites with honor, respect, and balance brings reward, passion, sexual attraction, which may or may not be allowed to express itself. Coexistence of the dark and light within us, beauty and power when two become one. Mutual respect, balance, and harmony with each other. Win-win, not just it's we. So win-wins, not lose-lose situations. Again, appreciation, kindness, thoughtfulness, feeling special to one another. Again, marriage, engagements, consideration, partnership of any kind. Again, friendship, romantic. I think this is more romantic though. It's less stable than the Lover's card. It's a time will tell kind of thing if you can weather the storm. It's also the union of self-love and respect. So perhaps if we've been mistreated, maybe again we're kind of realizing some stuff and that part of us is healing. And we're wanting to move on or get out of a situation that we're not happy in, that we felt taken advantage in or betrayed or not fair. This is not. I don't see any happiness here. Again, Six of Swords, sadness, loss. As one moves away from the past, moving towards a more promising future, moving away from turmoil and conflict towards peace and tranquility. Or this is what you're wishing that could happen too. Maybe part of you is wishing to resolve this situation. Now, as I mentioned about not wanting to be single, lack of give and take. Now, some might be dealing with a situation where, again, somebody was with somebody for more financial gain, serving their own needs, and maybe that's coming into a realization now. Perhaps something is ending. Maybe even a marriage is breaking up because someone is going back to another soulmate from the past. That could also be a possibility for some of you. Again, the Six of Swords is about trying to move towards the greatest long-term potential. This is also a traveling card. That's why I said that some people might be leaving, traveling a distance to go back. And we're left single and feeling betrayed and feeling angry and wanting there to be change and tired of being feeling in the burden and or again, this could be some of you trying to wishing you can move towards that as opposed to move towards happiness, move towards wishing something changed or would be different in a situation. But with the Hierophant being in reverse and these two underneath it, I feel like it's more of a separating than a coming together. And the reason why this is happening is the Seven of Wands, the Six of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Ace of Cups reversed, the Moon, the Five of Pentacles, and the World in the reverse. Now, Seven of Wands. Oh, it's late. Seven of Wands is all about, trying to stand your ground, trying to defend yourself. It's feeling challenged or needing to be defensive, and especially if you're dealing with anybody shady. Um, it's also about, struggle, trying to maintain your position. Maybe trying to get treated the way you feel that you should be treated. It's about proving oneself, competition, overcoming challenges, drawing on one's strength with confidence, belief, self-improvement, taking a stand, again, having courage, persistence, determination, drawing lines in the sand. Or again, a lot of debating, a lot of arguing, a lot of, or again, wanting to overcome perhaps the challenges of the past, because next to this we have the Six of Cups. In the Six of Cups, thinking about happier times, again, looking at the past, maybe even trying to figure out, what went wrong. How did we get here? Just like I said, I feel some might be worried because again we have the Nine of Swords next to it and the Ace of Cups in reverse. So either we're feeling like we can't go back to happier times, we're always fighting, we're always defensive, we haven't needed to be defensive or try to stand our ground or stand up for ourselves. Maybe there's a loss of love here, or we're afraid of someone again going back to someone from the past. And again, maybe because the Hierophant in reverse and Ace of Cups in reverse and the Six of Pentacles in reverse, Page of Cups in reverse, it all seems like this is like a loss of some sort. But hey, sometimes the rejection is God's protection, right? So again, what is meant for you will be yours. What is not is not. And sometimes what isn't at the moment turns out to be later on. That's where divine timing comes in. So again, it's just about craziness. And Six of Cups, again, shared nostalgia, happy reunions with past friends, pleasures, leaving worries behind, wanting to, again, maybe feeling like we're always having to defend ourselves. Loss of happier times of the past, wanting to return to happier memories. Also a need to take time to heal, need for reflection, and to overcome what's going on here, and to prepare yourself to not repeat things in the future. Again, learning lessons. It's also about living in the past, reflection. But again, I don't think this is living in the past in a way where like I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm so friggin' tired. I'm getting punch drunk. I can't think of the word to say. Live in the past, like we can't let go of someone. That's what I say, because I think this is more of a just reflecting on happier times. Or again, perhaps we're worried about somebody leaving us for somebody from the past. Nine of Swords, fear, nightmares, fear of the future. Again, maybe fear in being single and by ourselves, even though we're miserable in something else. But, that whole adjustment of being alone is not always easy either. Being kept up at night by your anxiety. Feeling again stuck. Nine of Swords, Eight of Swords, even this is in reverse, but it's like we're wanting this, but we're currently experiencing this. Being hard on ourselves even. blaming ourselves, being angry at ourselves. Why didn't I see this? And then Ace of Cups in reverse. It says it's about a blocked situation or something that is not manifesting. Rejections of love, or feeling all emotional, needing to curb our emotions, or trying to find a constructive way to express our feelings. Don't stay in your head. Definitely stand your ground, speak up, say what you got to say, in regards to either a person from the past or just about what's transpired here. Speak your truth. It's about repressed feelings, or feeling of numbness, fear of getting hurt. There's also a need for trust. Again, maybe trust has been broken over here with some Five of Swords and Seven of Swords. I don't think there's a need for trust, all right? It looks like there's more of a need for honesty. Emotionally exhausted. Now, again, you could be feeling that way. A need to look after your own emotional well-being, especially if you're up at night stressing out and sad and upset and angry and not feeling too good. And then, of course, we have the moon. Now it deals about, using our intuition, figuring things out. It's about dreams, again, unconscious, the unconscious, uncertainty, fear. It's also depression, anxiety, it's the shadow self. It's calling attention to the shadow, needing to become aware of a tendency to project fears and anxieties based on past experiences. That's another way to look at this too. Illusion, again, deception. Something that's not as it appears. Secrets, secret motives, hidden truths, things that are coming to the surface. Again, maybe we're realizing some stuff. So not everything on the card applies. Open your eyes, it says. In either case, good or bad, open your eyes. Guard against illusions. Stand up for yourself. Let go of negative self-talk as well. It's also mental blessings, so that if you're feeling bad about in yourself, shoulda, woulda, couldas, wowas, all of that. So, allow your intuition to guide you out of this Five of Pentacles feeling. Fives are again about change, right? So we got feeling left out in the cold, obviously, or maybe someone's put us in financial pickle because they've been moochy, or again, this could be even feeling spiritually in poverty, losing our faith. Again, losing our belief, losing our confidence because of what's gone on here. Again, financial strife, adversity, illness, unemployment, solitude. But help is available if you seek it. It's about greed and loss, anxiety over mistakes. It's about karma. Karma with money. Attitudes towards money. Can affect one's self-esteem and worth, feeling alone and abandoned or unwanted, excluded, ostracized, or in need of support and comfort, especially if you've gone through this stuff, yeah. You definitely feel like you need some support and comfort. You're probably feeling abandoned or unwanted or fearing that. You know, because again, I feel like for some people, somebody might be going back to their person from the past, and it's throwing you through a loop. Um, Speaking of loops, we have the world. The world in the reverse. You know, lack of closure, lack of completion, difficulty in completing a cycle, or difficulty to move on, because the world is also about travel. Same as the Six of Swords is about travel. Um, it's also a path that doesn't lead to a desired outcome. You know, it says tend to take the easy, quick path that doesn't lead to a desired outcome. Again, maybe some people rushed into something too quickly, and it turned out to be quite the experience, and now they're, you know, didn't they have their desired outcome? It's also about losing focus to complete something, lack of closure, preventing a new beginning. So if we're needing to heal from a situation that's happened in the past, if this is all again about a lot of people, past people are looking to reconcile. Do I see any reconciliations over here? No. It doesn't mean that there isn't any. But again, if we're dealing with something where this kind of stuff went on with a past person, I always say, know what you're dealing with. When dealing with any past people trying to come back, because the Five of Pentacles and Six of Pentacles reversed, I mean, it was definitely, the situation was not good. You know, but again, if we're dealing with that and there is an opportunity to heal something, you know, the lack of healing is causing, preventing a new cycle from beginning. But again, I don't feel like, well, no, this isn't true. Like I said, this could have been something that happened already. And some people are looking for forgiveness. This is how it is, but the unresolved things could be preventing some from achieving a new, to let the world be in the upright, you know, to allow a cycle to finish so a new one can start. Not taking all the steps necessary to achieve our goals. It's also a delay in change. And not to fear hardships and challenges, but to rise up to them. Things that are left unsaid, people left hanging, not knowing where they stand. Especially if they're feeling left out in the cold and stressed out and sad. Maybe feeling frustration due to delays. You know, there's a need also for communication, closure. What people need to know where they stand. It's about patience and perseverance, devotion. You know, don't give up. Don't give up on thyself. This too shall pass, as they say. And what are you thinking, feeling, doing, or wanting to do in regards to this situation? Well, we have the Fool, we have communication, we have scandal, and we have fair gray-haired woman. So either you're the fair gray-haired woman, and again, woman, man, again, if it sounds like you, it's you. If it sounds like them, it's them. But it could be someone's wanting to communicate, someone wants a new beginning, or we feel like we were a fool because we were getting some information that is not making us happy in regards to the fair gray-haired woman. Now, the fair gray-haired woman is somebody in their 40s and up. It symbolizes somebody who is mature, So again, perhaps, I don't know if this is you, or the person you're dealing with, or the scandal around the fair gray-haired woman, someone from the past. Because I know my little Sibilis, the La Vecchia Signora, kind of reminds me of the fair gray-haired woman, but that also symbolizes someone from the past. So again, maybe we're hearing some information about somebody wanting to go back to someone from the past, or we're trying to figure out if we want to go back to somebody from the past, or somebody's communicating. We know this is what you're thinking, feeling, or doing. So again, either you're the one wanting to do the communicating, or you've figured out some information that's not making you too happy. And then we have the stranger. Why the stranger? Sexual attraction, justice, spiritual, truth. Now, the stranger could be, again, either somebody trying to get themselves to appear as someone new, changed, grown, be seen in a different light, or this is a person who's, you don't even recognize this person, getting this new information about stuff that's out of nowhere, or whatever it is. It's almost like you don't even recognize this person anymore. And then we have the sexual attraction, which just talks about just, relationship. Maybe this person has now become like a stranger to you. Then we have justice here and spiritual. So, and with the Hierophant, as I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned already, that you could have been married to this person. Maybe this was the marriage that was jumped into, and you didn't really know them that well, or you didn't really think it through. Or again, this could be, realizing some truth or wanting some truth in regards to a situation here. Maybe looking to have healing happen, because spiritual can also just mean about healing. Spiritual can also be spiritually based relationship, soulmate. Could also mean, again, like a marriage. So again, yeah, I feel like we've got a couple of scenarios here. Because we have the surprise, we have deception, we have power, we have forgiveness, and we have greed. Now again, either we've been taken by a surprise, realizing someone's deceptions, realizing they were with us for the wrong reasons, realizing the truth of the situation, maybe learning that somebody's going back to someone from the past. We're trying to, forgive ourselves, forgive them, move on, go towards what we want. If we want to have real love, true love, with someone who's going to treat us better, we're going to have to, live and learn kind of from the experience. Or again, someone is communicating some news and wanting forgiveness for something that happened in the past. And you're wondering if you should have a new beginning with this person, but there's unresolved issues, trying to get to the truth of the situation, wondering if people have changed and grown, wondering if things can work in your favor. Again, you can read these cards so many ways. And then we have Woman of the World. Why Woman of the World? We have troubleshoot, peace, faith, home, dark-haired woman. So you could be the dark-haired woman. The dark-haired woman and the brown, fair-gray-haired woman could be the same woman, but one's not happy with their behavior. Someone's all in their shadow self here, like the Queen of Wands in reverse, anger, resentments over things that have happened in the past. We're trying to figure out a way how to make peace. and have faith in regards to the situation. Again, if somebody was more the doer of the do and who's looking to reconcile, again, or the woman of the world, as I mentioned, about distance, someone at a distance, or someone who's from the past could be at a distance. You know, we have the Six of Swords here, the world here, and then we have woman of the world. So again, woman of the world, dark-haired woman, gray-haired woman. Like I says, it could be all the same person. It could be aspects of you and a third party, or, you know, this could be the person you're dealing with, who's all three. Woman of the world is like Nine of Pentacles. Someone who's sophisticated, who's got it together, who's independent, confident, you know. Maybe we got Queen of Wands in the upright. That's what she is too. But this is in reverse. This is in reverse. These are in the upright because I don't read them. I mean, I don't do the cards so they can come out in reverse. But, you know, again, this could just be failing all in our fearings. Woo! I need to sleep. All in our feelings in regards to our home life, our home situation. Maybe losing our faith. You know, wishing that there was peace, thinking back to happier times. Troubleshooter is also not only just trying to figure something out, but it's also, you know, someone who's deceptive, manipulative, calculating, scheming. You know, you have Seven of Swords here and Five of Swords here. So, you know, again, realizing this truth of this deception of whatever about a possible, you know, third party or who could be at a distance. Maybe people are trying to say, I'm sorry, but I'm going back to them, and I lied, and I did whatever, and who knows, because they read these cards a million ways. Then we have wealth. Why wealth? Fame, the lesson, brown-haired woman, solitude. Solitude kind of reminds me of the hermit. It's also about, you know, being alone, reflecting. So remember I said here about people maybe not wanting to be alone. Brown-haired woman in solitude. Now we might be single. It's all about, again, lessons being learned. And then we have wealth and then fame. Fame is like, again, about success. Maybe not having success in a situation or wishing that we could have success in a situation. Or maybe wishing that people, if this is somebody coming back from the past, wondering if they can be success. You know, wondering again if people have learned, wondering if justice can be had. Wealth also deals with money. Again, pentacles, pentacles, pentacles. Again, maybe you were with somebody who was only with you, again, to fill a void and to meet a need and took advantage of you financially for a living situation. And maybe, again, you're figuring all that out, and now they're telling you that they're going to go back to somebody from the past. I think we've got a few things here. So let's see what the advice is before I pass out. We got the Dream Walker. Dreams, the collective good illusions. Now watch out for tricksters. And then we have the Queen of the Light, but in the challenge position. This is illumination, enlightenment, and celebration. And then we had the River Queen, but in the challenge position. This is about flow, letting go, and natural movement. So let us see. Number 8. Oof. I was just in a few of these back to back, and they're definitely, it is draining work because you're channeling and trying to figure out messages and you're talking for an hour. It's like, oh. So after I do my readings, it's like, don't nobody talk to me. I'm all talked out. Dreamwalker. When the Dreamwalker is with you, is your ally, dreams really can and do come true. Still, there are two kinds, those of the small self and those of the divine. Spirit has a dream for you that is yours alone, and all you need to do is ask and it will unfold like magic. You also play an important and unique part in the divine dreaming of the world. When you ask, is this the dream for me? That serves the greater dream. The most beautiful vision for your life serves the highest good for others too. Just the act of asking will immediately provide the answer. The dream walker is beside you to help you move effortlessly through the illusions, observing the truth and celebrating the waking dream of your life that results. So again, it's coming into some truths and some awarenesses again, and trying to see the bigger picture of why things happen. And a lot of things is again to learn something, to heal something, so that we don't find ourselves in these kind of situations. And then the Queen of the Light, 15 in the reverse. Yeah. The Queen of the Light challenges you to shine your light and not give in to fear. Are you hiding yourself for fear of rejection? Are you afraid of success as you are of failure? The light of the divine shining within you is the power that expresses through you. Not your ego, is the authentic place of self-expression. The Queen of the Light also challenges you to look at how you are affected by glitter, glamour, and the superficial dreams of society. Are you mesmerized by false power? The material world is fleeting. Nothing lasts forever. Make sure your intentions come from deep within you and don't base them just on money or power or what you think love will do for you. Ask instead what you can offer, what you can give. As I said, or if you were the one who was not being fair and was cheating and doing whatever, like I said, it's you without a person. Again, we need some reevaluate, especially if we're trying to get forgiveness and get somebody back. True wealth resides within peace. Yeah, wealth theory, peace. True wealth resides within peace, harmony, and a sense of purpose. Remember that light isn't garish and cold, nor is it manufactured. It's warm and brilliant and natural. Give up the attachment to the outer goal. If it's meant to be yours, it will surely come. Isn't that what I said? What's yours is yours, and what isn't, smell you later. It's got 36 in reverse. I try to laugh to keep from crying because it says these ratings are just, it's just like, my gosh, people just constantly dogging each other out. And I've been through the ringer myself, so like I said, it all resonates with me too. So I said, everybody just wants some damn peace, right? And stop being cheated on and taken for granted and lied to and abused and used and left and the joys of life. Let's see here, 36. 36. Challenger, turbulent waters and rapids to cross are directly ahead for you. You have no boat to navigate now. It's just you in the water, going where it takes you. That said, although the River Queen is your challenger here, she has no intention of letting you go under. Even when there's a waterfall ahead, there is no reason to fear. The River Queen will help you over it, so you can. It was a struggle. Over it, so you can splash down again in the gentle waters of the river below, flowering with renewed purpose to the sea. Be fearless now and go with the current of events. This can be an adventure. More adventures. Do we want any more adventures, right? Children. Your love life's being affected by children. It could be childhood wounding again, or perhaps there's children involved here somewhere. Again, if people were married. Children is also about new beginnings. We have new beginnings, don't we? Or some people looking for new beginnings. Oh, release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So again, either we're needing to heal from a situation and move forward, or we're needing to, have some conversations where we release the past, coming clean, speaking some truth here, so that the energy can be cleared from whatever's happened in the past, so that new beginnings can be had. Or this is, again, if we're not looking to reunite with anyone and we're looking to move on, then they're encouraging that. Release the past and embrace new beginnings. And we have honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. It's like the Six of Swords. He's in the water, they're in the water. They're moving on to better things. And then we have forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. So again, lessons, learning. If you choose to forgive, somebody's looking for forgiveness. Again, know what you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And then we have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So perhaps it could be possible with the person from the past, if we're forgiving and learning and moving on and releasing things, and people are being honest and truthful and putting in efforts and whatever. But, it could be just from us for trying to forgive and learn from our mistakes and move towards a better situation for ourselves. And for sure, either way, your love life is ascending to a higher level of being. And then we have playfulness to recapture romance. Allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So try to be optimistic. Try to find that light within you that may have been a bit diminished from this experience, right? But pay attention to red flags. That's what I said. Know what you're dealing with before you start. You know what I'm saying? And pay attention. Signs are cautioning you. So whether they're cautioning you not to screw up an opportunity, if we're needing to apologize or come clean or make amends or whatever it is, don't let it pass you by. Stand up for your beliefs and what you want. Release those secrets and burdens and let it go and let it flow and see what happens. Or again, this is a warning if dealing with any shady people from the past. Watch out. Pay attention. And calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations start bringing together. You're either calling in a new soulmate because you're moving on, or you're trying to call back the soulmate that you messed up with and want to heal with, or it's saying, they're coming. Someone from the past is coming. A soulmate from the past you might be looking to reconcile. But pay attention. And lastly, high message involved is devotion. As I fully commit to my values, relationships, and God's, I am clear about what to do next. Again, be devoted to yourself first and foremost. Self-love, self-respect, always. Do what you feel is best for you. Be devoted to your own healing, to your own growth, to your own happiness, to your own mental and emotional and financial and physical well-being. Be devoted to your journey, to your path, and try to have enthusiasm. Whatever I'm most passionate about is the direction I'll follow. It's like the Page of Wands. Yeah, it's passionate. Queen of Wands is passionate too, but over here. But again, we're trying to come out of that, right, and find our passion again. So be enthusiastic and be clear-headed. Sobriety, especially if we've been dipping in the vino, trying to drown out woes. My clear mind is easily able to focus and concentrate. So get clear. Don't have the ruminating thoughts that go nowhere. Get clear within ourselves. And if we need to release any burdens, release them up to the heavens above, prayer. Instead of worrying, I pray about the situation and bring real solutions. Letting go and let God. Again, what's meant for you will be for you. It's not. Can't control things we can't control, right? We can just try to hope for the best, put out the positive. And then we have mercy. I am kind and thoughtful towards myself and others. Again, self-love, self-care, first and foremost. Be compassionate with yourself. Forgive yourself even for mistakes made. And also try to forgive others. And know that you are watched over. I allow myself to feel safe and enjoy my life, knowing that heaven is watching over my loved ones and me. Know that no matter what, the universe loves you, and they're watching over, and they're rooting for you. And on that note, before I pass out, I send you love and light. I wish you healing and luck in regards to this and anything else you might be going through. Please like, subscribe, and share. Leave comments. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.